It's the 23rd of December 25 and I'm just giving my opinion on Syria at the moment with the new leadership, you know, Gilani or whatever his name is, the guy who's from HTS. I just heard somebody talking about him on one of the left-wing shows in Britain, and although, you know, I think I would be wrong of me just to take his word for it, you know, but it just sounded plausible to me, you know, because a lot of the time you don't find the history and all that, but, you know, the important thing for Syria at the moment is, even if it's a dictator or whatever, is it if it stabilises in a way which supposedly would go to democracy, although we've tried democracy in quite a few countries and it just, the tribes don't seem to like it, or what, however you want to describe it, don't seem to want it, you know, but yeah. Anyway, let's see what happens, but, you know, I'm a bit sceptical. I mean, this is the same that happened in Russia with Putin, really, and China, whoever's in charge now, Deng Xiaoping, you know. Then they maybe even, they feel they have good intentions at the start, but then they become a dictator, you know. Maybe at some point their power becomes threatened, and then they've got to make a decision, am I going to be bad here, or we're going to not do something and then I'll lose power eventually or whatever, you know. So I've got a feeling it's going to go that way. Castro would be another, you know. But this guy's background seems to be absolutely terrible. I mean, he seems to be a sort of beheader guy. Yeah, from what I understand from this left-wing guy who was talking on one of the left-wing shows in Britain, and I'm not left-wing myself as well, but I listen to these sort of shows because sometimes I think they can give truths on certain things, certain subjects. Yeah, he was saying that Giuliani sort of came to prominence 2003 after the Iraq, where the West America freed Iraq from the dictator, which I was very happy about. That's what I wanted. I wanted us to free Iraq from a dictator. Whatever his name was, Saddam Hussein. But I don't know, he was some sort of troublemaker. I can't remember what the guy said now, but soon getting in with all the Sunni Shia trouble, and I think he was part of the bombing of Samarra. I don't know if he was actually part, or he was involved with the groups that had done that, which got the Shia Sunni thing really going, the war, which probably is still going on today, I don't know, but there. But anyway, I think he was Sunni. But then he was involved with that al-Baghdadi guy who was the founder of ISIS. So ISIS was a death cult, really. Mostly their most prized thing was Westerners. They had that young lady, American lady, in prison, and al-Baghdadi actually raped her along with others of the top brass, and they murdered her as well. But I think he became sort of very close to al-Baghdadi, so close to ISIS basically. He was ISIS. You don't really hear people say that much, I don't think, in a moment. Maybe they do, I don't know. I don't watch BBC or Sky or whatever, or even GB News now, which I still endorse and want to keep going. Yeah, and yeah, I think the Americans actually jailed him for a while, so justice was brought upon him for something, but obviously get back out again. So it's back out, and apparently with al-Baghdadi, who was also jailed by the Americans, same time. He had his ISIS thing going, you know. I can't remember when that was. Was that like 2011 or 2014, something like that? But he told Giuliani, I think he was a right-hand man by then, to go to Syria and develop ISIS there. It would be the Syrian branch of ISIS. So that was called al-Nusra or something. But then al-Baghdadi wanted to sort of combine them, the two of them. But Giuliani said no, so he obviously enjoyed the power he had. Or, well, not obviously, but it sounds like it to me. And so he changed the name to HTS and that as well. So it didn't become part of ISIS, but it was doing the same thing basically, I think. So, yeah. And then, so that's what his background seems to be, from what I've learned. You know, he's been involved in beheadings, I don't know what crimes. I wish luck to the Syrian people. It would be really nice if one of these countries finally got a democracy going. You know, like all the democracies. If you think of all the places like they used to be behind the Iron Curtain, you know, Lithuania, Latvia, Romania, although that's going through something at the moment, but even Albania, you know, they all managed to get them going. Let's hope it manages to get a democracy going, even though democracies are pretty flimsy ways, but it's better than anything else. So not to get something going, or else they just split it up into tribal things, you know, because it was the British and the French that designed the borders of Syria. If they don't like it, and you can define borders other ways, I mean, they should, you know. I know Turkey's heavily involved in it. I think Turkey's seen itself as a sort of resurgence of the Ottoman Empire. This is another guy who was democratically elected and now he's turned into a dictator, you know. And it's looking like, to me, I think Jelani will go the same. You hope not, but anyway, whatever happens at the moment, we just need stability in that area, you know. So he seems to be doing olive branches at the moment, but we'll see in a few weeks or months, you know, once maybe he thinks his powers is threatened or something, you know. Probably end up jailing all his pals or something, but I hope it works out. But I don't blame the West, even though this guy's a beheader and all that, or whatever, if he was. Yeah. At the moment, we just need stability in Syria, so if it's him, you know, it's better than Assad as well. Like, you had the Russians there and the Iranians there. So, let's hope, you know, but I'm not very hopeful, but hopefully he proves me wrong in that.